Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton today. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Kryptonite channel, everyone. Today we'll be talking about Arbitrum, but before we do that, let's talk about the market. It kind of exploded last night, Boris. Can you kind of give us a rhyme and a reason for that and kind of explain what that means for the overall market?
Sure, obviously the ETF craze is going all over the place. It's everybody's expecting and waiting for that news to be confirmed. But it's looking very, very good for BlackRock, which means that probably all the other ETFs will be approved. So it's making people jump on the bandwagon. And one of the biggest factors, there are two of them. One is that apparently, even though they're not approved, but they're pretty sure they're going to be approved, BlackRock is already buying Bitcoin. So that puts a lot of buying pressure, which is helping the price go up. And then the other thing is people were expecting a drop and there was a lot of short positions. So we're seeing a bit short squeeze going on right now with a lot of people being liquidated, especially those who trade on futures and have leverage, etc. So we might see the market go a little further up. It's not impossible. And then most likely we should see sideways action. So it might drop slightly, come back up and go sideways a little bit. You have to consolidate whenever you have big jumps like these. You can't just go straight up, from we were at 26, 27,000 for a very long time, for several months. Now we see a jump close to 35. And it may go up to 37, 38, maybe even as much as 40. But after that, you have to consolidate because otherwise you're on thin ice. You're walking on deadly ground. So you have to consolidate, and that means sideways action for some times. And then the market can resume. A drop is always possible, but I think the most likely scenario would be that we are ranging. We're going sideways and then we range maybe from 35 to 40 for some times. And then next year, as things progress, those ETFs come into play and we have more people entering the market, then we will probably see the bull run continuing and going further. So that's great. That's why DCAing is so important for those who've been DCAing for a while, whether it's 6 months, a year, 2 years. You have a average price now that's probably below what you bought your coins for. And that's when you start making money. So the difficult part after that will be to sell. Pressing the sell button, that's the most difficult thing to do. Whenever things go up, you always think it's going to go higher and higher and higher. But remember, whenever you look at a graphic, whenever you look at a coin, if it's going parabolic, at some point it's going to have to come down. So it can't just go parabolic forever. So don't forget that the day you will look into selling. All right, so let's look at Arbitrum. ARB, most people know what it is. It's a layer 2 sitting on the top of Ethereum. They had a introductory price back in March. They were at $8.67, and then pretty much from then it's been dropping. The lowest point that it reached was 74 cents. Today it's sitting back up around 92, 93 cents. They have a market cap of slightly over $1 billion. They have a circulating supply of 1.2 billion coins and a total and max supply of 10 billion coins. So one thing already there that you have to remember is the circulating supply is pretty low compared to the total supply. So there's going to be multiple releases of coins, which of course is going to put some sell pressure on that coin. But it's a great project. It looks very promising, and it'll probably do pretty well. So like I was saying, it's a layer 2 on Ethereum. They're bringing some new technologies. They have some interesting numbers. They already are getting close to 1 million active wallets. They have currently about over 700,000. They have a total value locked of 5.65 billion. They have a market share of about 56% on the L2s. And they have also 390 million total transactions as of, and all those numbers are pretty much as of August 31st. Of course, because they're sitting on the top of Ethereum, they can do pretty much everything from DeFi, gaming, NFTs, etc. When you compare with things like Polygon, which was also the top layer 2 for a while, they are passing Polygon in terms of transactions, market share, everything. So, but the difference also is you have to remember that Polygon is very established. They have some great partnerships. So it's going to be an interesting fight between all the different L2.
Thank you, Boris. What about the on-chain data, and how does ARB compare to Ethereum in the past last month?
So Arbitrum and Optimism, they outperforming Avalanche and Solana in total value locked, in revenue, and index volume. Now, Solana, we have seen they're getting some great partnerships. One of them is with Visa. And right now, they've been pumping like crazy. Pretty much they went from $21 to $32 currently in just a few weeks. But Arbitrum, they are generating with their applications $20 million, while in the meantime Optimism is at 13 millions, but Avalanche is at 2.8 million. Solana is at 2.2, but that's probably going to change soon. So Solana, I think, is going to be one of the ones that are going to do extremely well in this bull run. Arbitrum and Optimism, they have really the fastest growing ecosystem. So the only problem of those projects is they still have a lot of coins to release, and that's going to put a lot of sales pressure. And also, the more coins you released, the more you're dividing. It's like issuing stock for a company. If you issue more stock, then usually the price per share tends to go down. So they have to really bring in a lot of growth, to outperform that and be able to have their price rise in value tremendously. In the real volume, so that was pretty much from the middle of September to the middle of October. Arbitrum was down 67% in volume. That's also why the price went down quite a bit. It pretty much went from about $1.30 all the way down to 77 cents in a matter of just a few weeks. In the meantime, the Ethereum volume was down 25%.
Thank you, Boris. What about the latest news and development with ARB?
So there was a hack resulting in, it was on October 13th, so about, 2 weeks ago. And there was $175,000 loss. Now, it's not a whole lot of money when you really compare the rest of the whole value of ARB. But it's always bad news, to get reported that something gets stolen from you. Also, Arbitrum chose to fund PancakeSwap, GMX, and actually they left Lido out. So they selected 29 projects to be a recipient of its funding round. And out of those 29 projects, 2 of them were GMX and PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap, I know they said that in less than 2 months, they have seen over $200 million worth of trading on their platform using the Arbitrum blockchain. there was a part of the money that was an airdrop that Arbitrum did because there were a lot of unclaimed coins. They transferred 59 million tokens back to their treasury.
Thank you, Boris. What about staking ARB? Is it possible, and where should we do it to get the best APY?
Well, there are some proposals out there to mint the tokens, and you can be rewarded for loyalty to the Arbitrum ecosystem. Some of the calculations that are made here, if 100% of the circulating ARB were staked, that would equate to about a 13% APR. But if only 10% of the circulating ARB were staked, then that would be 137 APR. That's one thing that you need to understand about staking. The more people stake, the lower the rewards. So for instance, Ethereum is extremely popular right now. Lots of people use Lido to stake their Ethereum. And therefore, you've seen the rewards drop. So they were around 5% and now they have dropped to about 4%. And that's the thing is, if not too many people stake, then you're getting great APR. If a ton of people are staking, then you get less APR. But you also need to take in consideration that if there are lots of coins being released, the problem is there is a lot of inflation. It's like printing dollars for the US government. The problem is that it lowers the value of the US dollars. So whenever you see those percentages, sometimes they look great. Oh my God, 13, 27, 54%, 137%. Yeah, but if in the meantime they've doubled the number of coins, the number of coins just went up 100%. So you're not necessarily getting such an awesome return after all. So keep that in mind. Exiting a lock incurs a penalty from 0 to 80%. So based on the lock time remaining, you could be hit with also a penalty, which could be pretty hefty. So I have to keep that in mind whenever you lock the coins, because to get the maximum on some coins don't have those mechanisms, some do. But as case with Avalanche, for instance, as an example, if you want the maximum reward, you need to lock it up, usually up to a year.
Thank you for that information, Boris. What about the price prediction? Do you really see ARB hitting a 21x by 2030?
So once again, it will depend on the release of the coins and how much selling pressure it's putting on the coin, but pretty most likely we could see by 2024 Arbitrum around $2.25, by 2026 around the $4.50 mark, and then it could reach around $9-10 by 2028, and eventually reaching close to $20 a coin by 2030, and therefore making it possibly 21x or maybe slightly higher. But unfortunately, in predictions like these, there are some unforeseen events, such as what are some of the partnerships they're going to have. So you want to keep a good eye if that's a coin that you like to trade or that you would like to buy. You need to keep an eye on some of those projects. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Colton. And we look forward to see you on the next Kryptonite video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.